Hey everybody, it's Ebontis. Now, what if I told you there was a game out there that had a 12-chapter, voice-acted campaign, a boss rush area with over, I think, 15 different bosses now, and they're scaling difficulties to your heart's content, PvP of multiple different styles with other players online, clan boss battles with millions upon millions of health, and a 2-part in-game that includes the Doom Tower in the Cursed City with over 200 different activities and battles to really challenge every aspect of your champions, their gear, and more. Well, that game that I'm showing you right now is in fact Raid: Shadow Legends. Everything I'm showing you is free to play, and now really is the best time to check it out. Raid is celebrating its 5th anniversary. Minigames don't last months or maybe a year, but Raid has lasted 5 years, and they are giving away so much to new players that I don't know if I've seen them do all this before. You'll get bonuses that include Lady Atessa, 500,000 silver, and more just to get started. So once you've logged in and you're at this main home screen, what you're going to want to do is come over here to the promo code section and do this first time you log in. Use the code FESTIVAL5, and that's going to give you another epic champion, Tyrell, another 500,000 silver, and further rewards, all of which I'm showing you guys on screen as we go. And then as you work through and you're playing through the campaign and dungeon battles and PvP, when you reach level 25, you're going to get another 500,000 silver, epic skill tomes, and more. Seriously, I've been playing for a couple of years now, and I don't know if I've ever seen them be this generous for new players, so there's not really any time to waste. So to get started, check the link in the description or use the QR code on screen and you're going to get all the bonuses that I just mentioned to you. Now you may look at Raid and you may think mobile game. It is also crossplay on PC, by the way, so you can actually play it at home too. But you might think it's not going to involve that unique of a challenge. Well, let me introduce you to dungeon battles. Now, when it comes to dungeon battles, each one of these are going to be a pretty unique fight. Spirit Keep, Arcane Keep, Ice Golem's Peak, Spider Den, Dragon's Lair, and I showed you guys the Dragon's Lair in the very beginning, but two that could not probably be farther apart are the Spider's Den and the Fire Knight's Castle. So let me get into the Spider's Den and show you. So in the Spider's Den, you're going to be dealing with the big spider boss, but also a bunch of little spiders. Now they don't do a bunch of damage, but all their little webs and slows start to build up over time. So if you don't have enough AoE to keep clearing them out as they spawn very frequently, you're eventually just going to fall behind. And you may be massively over-leveled compared to the enemies in this dungeon, but if you don't come in here with the right setup of team champions, this dungeon can humble you very, very quickly. Now, compare the Spider Dungeon to this giant Fire Knight with a huge shield that tanks most of the damage you throw at it. So what you need to do is you need to be able to keep your team alive long enough to be able to actually get those big damage attacks in when that shield is down. Otherwise, you'll never chip up enough health and he's going to just heal back up and you will eventually lose that battle of attrition. These two dungeons alone require different team setups, different specialties, and when you get up to higher levels of these dungeons, you're really going to be scratching your head for a bit. So you've got the campaign as a warm-up, dungeon bosses for kind of specialty attacks, PvP, clan bosses, but when it comes to the in-game, I already scrolled through the Doom Tower. The Cursed City is massive. This is their brand new in-game content. There's times where you need to take on 2 bosses at once. There's so many different encounters, unique challenges, and a bunch of amazing loot in here for you to challenge. And honestly, I'm not even ready for this thing yet, and I've been playing for a while. So to say this game has a lot of content for you would be a massive understatement. Now, some of you may be like, I don't know how much time I've got to play. Well, guess what? One, you've got the option to go from ×1 to ×2 speed, so the battles can go faster, but you also notice you can either choose your attacks that you want to go with, or you can actually have the game auto battle for you at a faster rate. So maybe you've got to take a conference call, maybe go do a couple of chores. You can honestly set the game up with multi-battles as well to be able to go through maybe farming a dungeon for certain gear. And you can set it up for like 10, 20 multi-battles just to farm out gear, level up experience while you're AFK. And then if you pair that with the daily login bonus, which changes for the first 6 months, and you're still going to get something after that, it's really going to give you a lot, and it's a nice way to ease in the game. And the auto battle really helps you kind of let the champions do their best while you're still brand new at the game. And I worked through this 12-chapter campaign, of which there are 4 difficulties, by the way. I've been working through the second one, trying to get all the stars that I can. Started on the brutal difficulty recently as well. I've worked through many dungeon battles. Definitely done some PvP, but that is some practice. All of this and more, I've done free to play. So much of this game can be done without spending a dime. Pretty much everything I'm showing you can. Now, have I spent a little bit of money? Yes. Over the course of 2 years, I've spent still less than probably a single console game. But part of that is me, just after a while on a free-to-play game, I like to support the devs. And for me, that's my kind of way to give back for 2 years worth of content and playing. But my goal has always been to try and play this as free-to-play as possible. And there are some content creators that do that as a specialty, so you can really enjoy this game for nothing, and they have provided you with a massive amount of content. Remember when I said it was Raid's 5th birthday as well? During the Festival of Creation, you can actually unlock this guy, Armons the Magnificent, a brand new legendary champion through the Fusion event that runs through March 22nd. So if you act fast, you might be able to make this guy part of your team as well. On top of everything else, you've even got something like the Guardian Ring. So while you're not even logged into the game, you can have all of your different characters level up while you're AFK. It really is a great system. They've got a lot of quality of life stuff in the game by now. So if truly any piece of what I've told you is intriguing, do yourself a favor and grab Raid Shadow Legends either through my link in the description or through the QR code on screen. Remember, you get Lady Atessa and 500,000 silver, 500,000 more silver, and Tayrel when you use that code Festival5 right when you log in. Remember, do that first. And then when you hit level 25, you get another 500,000 silver and even more bonuses. Truly, starting your journey with 2 epic champions, 1.5 million silver, and even more bonuses that you guys have seen as I show them all on screen, that is an insane beginning to your journey on Raid Shadow Legends. So once you're live, look me up under Ebontis. You can check and see if my clan still has space as well, and if there is, you can join. And together, we can take on that Demon Lord clan boss, and maybe someday, the Hydra. So good luck in Teleria, and I'll see you in my next video.